And tell me, are you wearing anything on your feet there? Can you see your feet? No. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like just to feel your energy and know that you can swish to the left and swish to the right. And as you swing to the left and you swing to the right, I want you to feel yourself getting familiar with that body and that life that you're in. Just feel the emotion of that energy, of that body. And tell me, do you feel that you're male or female?
Female.
You're female. Yeah, very good. And if there was a mirror in front of you so that you could describe yourself to me, what do you imagine that you would look like? What colour is your hair?
Fair.
It's fair. And now I want you to focus on what you're wearing. And as you concentrate and focus on your wearing, you'll be able to describe to me, what is it that you're wearing there?
Something white.
Is it a coat? Is it a dress?
Something long.
Long? And I want you now to think of some numbers of your age. And how old do you feel there?
9.
You're 9 years old. And all I want you to do now is just totally detach yourself from any pain, fear or emotion, so that you're just watching this like a movie, so that you'll be able to describe to me what you feel is happening around you. So I want you to now focus on your emotion and tell me, emotionally, how are you feeling there?
Sad.
You're sad? So what is your name? What can I call you today? Hear your name being called.
Naomi.
Naomi. Naomi, thank you for inviting me to share this story with you. Naomi, I want you to connect with me while you're feeling sad. What is happening around you there?
I'm alone.
You're alone. And you tell me that you're alone. Are you inside or are you outside?
Inside.
You're inside. I want you to use your imagination and take a look around. And what do you imagine that inside to be? Is it a house? Is it a hut? Is it a car?
It's like a chamber.
A chamber. Yeah. And this chamber, is it big or is it small? It's small. And I want you to connect with the reason, Naomi, why you're in that chamber.
Locked up.
You're locked up. So what I want you to do now, Naomi, is I want you to freeze that scene. And I want you to go back to just before you were locked in that chamber. So let's just go drifting back now to just before you were locked in that chamber, and describe to me what was happening to you.
Don't know.
Just see the scene clearly. Were you inside or outside before you were put in the chamber?
Outside.
You were outside. And as you were outside, were you on your own or were there other people there?
On my own.
You're on your own.
I can see sand.
And the sand.
done something wrong.
You've done something wrong. It might have been wrong at that time, but it might not have been wrong. You were just told that. So what I want you to do is, I want you to connect. I want you to see yourself now doing that thing, and tell me, what was it that you were doing that other people thought was so wrong?
Can't see. I don't know.
Naomi, you'll know what country you're in. I just want you to choose the first country that comes to mind. Egypt. And in a moment I'm going to tap you on the forehead. And when I tap you on the forehead, that will be the year that you live in Egypt. So when you're ready, 3, 2 and 1. What year is it there?
30 something.
1730 something. So Naomi, you're outside on the sand and something happens. Tell me, did someone come over to you, and were they male or female?
Male.
It's a male. And what did they do?
I don't know.
This male that came over to you, how do you feel about him? Feel your energy and tell me what emotion you feel.
Don't like it.
Describe him to me. What does he look like? Is he short? Is he tall?
Tall.
He's tall.
Bigger than me.
And I want you to look into his eyes now, Naomi, because the eyes are the windows to the soul, and when you look into the eyes and you can read the soul, you'll be able to tell me whether that man in that life has been in her life today. You'll just get an image. Does he remind you of anybody? No? So what does this man do? Is he the one that takes you into this chamber?
Yes.
Yeah. And how long do you stay in that chamber, Naomi?
Don't think I come out.
He just locked you in
Left me.
and left you in that chamber?
I don't come out.
You don't come out?
I can't get out.
I know your body can't get out of there, Naomi, but your soul can. So take a deep breath in and just lift your soul out of that body there and out of that chamber. And tell me what's going on there. This man locked her in that chamber. Does she know this man? Who is he?
Yes.
Who is he?
He's my brother.
Oh, he's your brother? How does your brother feel towards you?
Doesn't like me.
He doesn't like you? Is he jealous of you?
Yes.
So how come there's nobody else to help you in that life then, as your brother locks you in that chamber?
He's a pharaoh or something.
He's a pharaoh?
Something like that. He's in charge.
Oh, so he locked you in a chamber and left you?
Can't get out.
You can't get out. Well, I want you to close that scene now, Naomi. because we're going to close the scene and we're going to go forward in that life to another significant time when something is happening, or we will travel to another life. So close that scene now and just feel yourself drifting, floating forward through time and space. Very good. Just feel yourself drifting, floating forward. You're going to be at that special place shortly. So when you're ready, 3, drifting forward now, 2, to that significant time, and 1, be there now. Are you in the same body, or have you got another body? How do you feel?
Feel anything.
You can't feel anything. Do you feel that you're Naomi, or do you feel that you're someone else?
Someone else.
You're someone else. So what I'd like you to now do is just feel yourself rocking from the left to the right, swinging your energy from the left to the right. And as you swing your energy from the left to the right, the story gets deeper and deeper and unfolds before you until you can feel whether you are a male or a female. What do you feel like?
Female.
You're female. And tell me, do you have a name in that life?
Sarah.
Sarah. So Sarah, I want you to take a look around to the left and the right, and it'll be your first impression. Are you inside or outside?
Outside.
You're outside. And if you knew, using your imagination, how would you describe that outside? Are you by a beach, in the woodland, by a hill?
In the woodland.
You're in a woodland. And as you're walking around this woodland, I want you to connect with your emotion and tell me how you feel.
Happy.
You're very happy? Yeah. So Sarah, how old do you feel?
23, 20s.
23, in your 20s. And I want you to connect with that happy emotion and tell me what is happening in your life for you to be walking free in the woodland.
I live by myself in a house in the wood.
You live by yourself in a house in the wood. And why do you live by yourself in a house in the wood rather than with a group of people?
I make medicine from herbs.
Okay. So let's go around these woods, and as you're walking around these woods, what are you doing? Are you collecting anything? Are you collecting plants? And all these herbs and this medicine that you make, Sarah, what do you do with it?
I make medicine.
And if you make medicine, who do you make this medicine for?
People come.
Oh, people come, so they know where you are.
Yes.
I want you now to connect with the country that you're in, and so
Ireland.
you're in Ireland, and now I'm going to tap you on the forehead, and you're going to tell me what year it is. 3, 2, and 1. What year is it?
16 something. 1600.
1600s.
People don't like me.
They don't like you. Why?
They call me names.
Mm-hmm.
I'm helping them.
Do you think they fear you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Some do.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, is there anybody in that life that helps you with your work? Or anybody that you go to in particular to?
Dorothy.
Dorothy? Uh-huh. I want you to go towards Dorothy now. Where does Dorothy live?
In the village.
She lives in the village. Uh-huh. Describe Dorothy to me. What kind of personality does she have?
Not nice.
She's not nice. Mm-hmm. So why do you visit her?
She visits me.
Uh-huh. So what is it that she wants from you?
She does the same as me.
She's a witch?
Yeah. That's what people call us.
Yeah. But actually you're just herbalists, aren't you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So, does she work in the same level as you, or does she work differently?
Don't know. They're different.
You're different. Mm-hmm. So how is her energy different to yours? Is it milder? Is it softer? Is it stronger? Is it harder?
Stronger.
It's stronger. Mm-hmm. And does she use her gifts for good?
No.
No? Aha, I see. So as you're with her now, I want you to look into the eyes of Dorothy there, and as you do, you're going to be connecting with that very soul, telepathically communicating mind to mind and soul to soul with her energy, and tell me, has my client worked with her in this life before? Who is she? Does she know this soul?
Don't think. Don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes are cold.
Her eyes are cold. Mm-hmm.
She's looking at me cold.
Yeah. Tell me, are those eyes cold because they're hurt or cold because they're jealous?
Jealous, I think. But she just looks cold.
Mm-hmm.
Sly.
Very good.
Grey, sly.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to hurt me.
She wants to hurt you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her. I don't love her. I don't like her. I'm scared of her.
So I want you to see that memory unfold and tell me what happens between the two of you there.
She wants to get rid of me.
Oh. And how does she do that?
She poisons me.
She poisons you?
Yes.
Mhm.
She's feeding me with something.
Take a look at that something that she's feeding you with. What colour is it?
Green.
Uh-huh. Is it a leaf? Is it food? A kind of berry?
It's a plant.
A green plant? Mm-hmm. And when you say that she poisons you, are you in her village as she's doing that, or are you in the woodland?
In the woodland.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. And what happens after that when she's poisoned you and you're laying there? You can detach yourself from the soul, your soul from that body now, so you can see a whole view. Be about 6 foot above the body and tell me what happens.
She's walking away.
Oh,
Nobody
right.
cares. They're all rid of me.
Mm-hmm. So as you're looking down at Sarah now that's been poisoned. Tell me, what was the contract that she had made to come down and have that life? So connect with the contract, the reason why she came down and took that life. What was it for? So what I want you to do now that the soul is out of the body, I want you to look around and see if anyone or anything has come to collect you to take you back home, or whether you just go on your travels on your own. Where do you go now that your soul is out of the body? Is there anyone there, or do you just go to your usual place?
Can't see anything.
You can't see anything. Well, what I want you to do now is, I want you now to see that body of Sarah down, knowing that you've ended that contract, and just feel yourself as a soul getting lighter and lighter and lighter. And as you're getting lighter and lighter, you're rising higher and higher and higher, further away from that body, that life and those memories, going up, up, up into the clouds. And I want you there just to sit on one of those clouds and get your bearings. And as you're sat on that cloud, I'm going to call on a member of your soul group to come forward to speak with you. So when you're ready, just sitting on that cloud, I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I count to 1, I want you to describe to me the image of what you see in front of you. So when you're ready, 3, calling on that soul member to come forward now, 2 and 1. Be there now. What do you see in front of you there?
It's nice, it's all trees and nice.
Trees. And
sunlight.
And sunlight. Well, feel yourself now as that soul and that energy just gliding through that woodland, feeling the energy.
It's lovely.
It's beautiful, yeah, feeding your soul. So why have you come to a woodland? Is that where your soul group is? Well, I want you just to keep going around the woodland, picking up all the energy that's generated from the trees. And as you do, I want you to begin to connect with the energy around you and tell me if you sense that there is anything or anyone around you. You don't have to see them, you can just sense if there was anybody there or anything there.
He's a man.
The man?
He's tall, with glasses on.
Tall with glasses on? Get closer to him. Telepathically communicate and tell me, what is it that he's saying to you? You can do this, connect with his mind.
He's telling you everything's okay.
Everything's okay. Who is he? Is he from your group?
I don't know, he's called George.
George. What?
Saying everything's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm safe now.
You're safe now.
Yeah, I'm cold. I feel cold though.
Yeah.
Cold.
Well, just feel the sunlight now pouring onto your soul and feel that wonderful, bright, warm, orange, yellow energy pouring down. Feel the heat of the sun now energizing your soul as George puts a protective shield around you now, telling you everything is okay and you're safe.
Still cold.
Well, what I want you to do is I want you to see in front of you a small campfire. I want you to go to that campfire and sit by the side of that fire and just put some more twigs on and put your hands out and feel the heat from that flame warming your hands. How do you feel now?
Warmer.
Warmer. Mm-hmm. This place that you've gone to, is that a place that you always go to when you finish a life?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I want to ask about the fairies that she talks about. Are they in this woodland?
No.
No? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's close that scene then. Now, let's just close that scene now. We've got that message from the soul well. And as I connect with you now, I want you to take a nice deep breath in and just step away from your body and allow your higher self, your subconscious mind, to come forward and use your voice and tell me, this energy that you have with you, is it male or female?
Female.
It's a female energy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And this female energy that you have, yeah, I want that female to have a voice today and to be able to speak to me. So, good afternoon. Could you tell me your name, please? What's your name?
Jenny.
Jenny. Mm-hmm. Jenny, did I hear your name miscalled earlier when I wrote down Judith?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I thought.
I don't want to be seen.
Oh, I see. Well, I got the J right. I kind of knew you were coming in. So, Jenny, tell me about my client.
She's too good to be true.
She's too good? Mm-hmm. So how many lives have you had with her then, Jenny?
4.
You've had 4 lives?
I'm not going anywhere.
So why are you with her then? What is it that you're working with her on?
She's not. No. I'm in charge.
You're in charge?
I'm in charge.
Oh, so Jenny, so you're not actually her inner self, her higher self, if you're in charge, are you?
No, I'm in charge.
Uh-huh. So tell me, Jenny, have you attached yourself to my client? I thought you had. So Jenny, I want us to talk about your life. So let's go back to the time when you had a life on this earth and tell me, what happened to you, Jenny?
I'm Dorothy's sister.
You're Dorothy's sister?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You mean Dorothy the Bad Witch?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So why... Let me just feel this energy that's coming in now. So you were Dorothy's sister? Mm-hmm.
Not by blood.
Not by blood?
Just her sister.
Yeah. And what happened to you?
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens to me.
Well, describe to me, you mentioned that you're Dorothy's sister, not by blood. Do you mean that you were also a medicine woman?
By coven.
Oh, by coven. Uh-huh. Yeah. And was Dorothy in that coven? Mm-hmm. So you and Dorothy knew each other? Mm-hmm. So how do you feel about Dorothy?
Oh, I don't.
You like Dorothy? Uh-huh.
He's strong.
Uh-huh. So tell me, did Dorothy send you to work with my client? So when she poisoned her in that past life, she not only poisoned her, but she sent your energy along as well. So Jenny, tell me, what is the purpose of you being there? What symptoms do you cause my client?
Everything, we want rid of her.
Uh-huh.
She's too good.
Mm-hmm. So Jenny, did you know that you have a choice as to follow what Dorothy wants, or you can have a choice to go back to spirit? Did you know that?
No,
Yeah? Well,
I'm scared. I don't want to go.
you don't want to go? Mm-hmm. You don't have to go, Dorothy. I'm not here to push you, but I'd like to be able to put a book in your hand, Dorothy. And as I put that book in your hand, I want to tell you that in a moment I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I get to 1, I want you to open the page of that book. And on the page of that book, you will see who has been waiting in spirit for you all this while. So just staying where you are. So when you're ready, 3, feeling the edges of that well-worn book now. 2, ready to open that page, and 1. Open that page and tell me who's in spirit waiting for you, Jenny.
Maud.
Maud? Who is Maud?
Auntie.
She's your auntie. Uh-huh. Well, connect with your auntie Maud there, Jenny. You can telepathically do this. You can communicate with her mind to mind. Tell me, what is your auntie Maud now telling you, Jenny?
To come.
To come?
I don't want to go.
So what is it that's preventing you from going, Jenny?
Got work to do.
You've got work to do. Is this the work that Dorothy wanted you to do? Mm-hmm. But Dorothy was working from a negative energy, wasn't she? Ask your auntie Maud now, have you finished your contract with Dorothy? You've been found and you've been rescued, Jenny. Your auntie Maud wants to take you back to spirit so that you can do your work up in spirit. Are you ready to go? Mm-hmm. So before you go then, Jenny, tell me, what kind of things have you been doing with my client?
Making her ill.
Making her ill. Mm-hmm. Tell me about this house. Have you been tampering with things in this house?
Yes.
Yeah? So it's been you all along that's been doing all these things? Mm-hmm.
Me and others.
And others?
There's others in this house.
There's others in this house. So bring their energy with you now, and you can talk for them. So as they bring their energy closer, knowing that we are surrounded by the protective light of Archangel Michael and Source, you connect with those others that are around. Tell me, how many others are in this house?
4.
There's 4. Mm-hmm.
The children.
They're children.
The children.
Uh-huh. Just ask them to come forward to spend some time with you then, Jenny. Listen to them and tell me, what is it they're saying to you? Do they want to go back to spirit with you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. These children, how old are they?
Different.
Are they boys and girls?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did they get stuck in this house though, Jenny? Connect with them and ask them that question. How did they get stuck in this house?
Connected to it. Connected to somebody else.
They were connected to somebody else. So were they connected to somebody else that lived on this land?
Yes.
Uh-huh. On this land. Very good. Well, Jenny, you've got a very important job now. You've done your work for Dorothy, and you've found these 4 beautiful souls, these children that now want to go back to spirit. So are you prepared to take them back to spirit with Auntie Maud? So start gathering them up, and I want you and those children to start gathering all your memories around here, so the children can gather all their memories from the land and the house and the energy that they've put in this house. Get them to go around and collect them like toys. See them now, gathering them all up and bringing all that ball of energy towards your feet. Can you see that then, Jenny? And now, Jenny, what I want you to do, I want you to go into my client's body. And I want you now to keep travelling down in her body, scanning her body now, feeling where in her body you have left any memories. So tell me, where are you going in that body? Stomach. Yeah. Go into that stomach area now. Are you walking around that stomach area? So bring now all your memories. Bring your memories, and I'm going to put my hand on your stomach now. And my hand is like a magnet, Jenny. Go into this stomach area and start collecting all those memories, those unpleasant memories and those actions that you've put on her. Start gathering them up and bring them towards my hand. My hand is like a magnet. The more I talk, the stronger and stronger my hand becomes. And have you put memories in her mind? Yes. So connect with her mind now. Go into her mind and start gathering all those memories. They don't belong in her body. It's your luggage and it's going home with you. Bring it into my hand. Oh, feel that. Very good. Have I got it all now, Jenny? Keep bringing that energy. It's very deep in the stomach, isn't it? Keep pouring it up into my hand. The more I talk, it just flows so easily.
Don't like you.
I know it's time for you to go back though, Jenny. You've been found. You've done the work for Dorothy. And Auntie Maud is saying, it's now time to come home, it's over. You don't have to like me for me to help you, do you? Bring it all up now. Do you sometimes make her feel sick? Yes.
I like it.
You like doing that, do you? Yeah, you're making me feel sick as well. Go in and start getting that energy. Is that here?
She was always sick.
She was always sick. You made her sick then. Start bringing that. Is it here? Is it here? Where is it? Lower down. It's just here. Yeah. The last lot now, Jenny. You've done so well. Keep bringing it up. I'm going to call Archangel Michael down now. And as Archangel Michael hears my voice, you're going to feel his energy and his presence in this room. And as he enters, knowing that he has that wonderful, powerful sword of light, I want him to point that sword of light now into this tummy area. And I want him to activate that blue sword of light. Can you see that, Jenny? Go in now and start collecting, by order, all of those cells, those memories that you've been putting in, by order of Archangel Michael, and place them into my hand. It burns. Put it into my hand. It's burning. Archangel Michael, shine your sword of light there now, that blue sword of light, and just feel that blue energy now, soothing that area. So we're just pulling all the roots out now, and feel his blue sword of light energy going into that tummy area. That's very good. As he's releasing that negative energy, all like weeds in a garden, pulling them out. Let's get them all out now. Going in even deeper and deeper. Have I got them all now, Jenny? Have I got your energy? And before we leave, is there any message that you want to give to my client before we leave, Jenny? No? Well, take the hands of these children with you and see your Auntie Maud there, and put your hand out to Auntie Maud and this energy that goes with you now as I offer it up to Spirit. And take Auntie Maud's hand, and as I continue now, just feel yourself going up, up, up with those children back to Spirit. Going lighter and lighter, feeling how wonderful you now feel, knowing that you're getting closer to Source, and you can feel the vibration and that wonderful energy and that power and that positivity that Source has. Can you see what you've been missing now all these years, Jenny? Very good. Well, I'll bid you farewell, and may the light of the universe always accompany you. So now, as Jenny has left, I would like to speak with your inner self. Inner self, come forward now. You can now speak to me now, Jenny, and her energy is gone. Tell me, how are you feeling now that there's just you enjoying this body?
Good.
You're good? And tell me, are you male or female energy, or neither?
Neither.
You're neither? Do you have a name, or are you just energy?
I'm energy.
You're energy. And how many lives have you had with my client?
6.
You've had 6 lives? These lives that you've had with her, what's the purpose of you working with her? What are you working on today?
To get nearer to Source.
Nearer to Source. And how is she doing?
Don't know.
You don't know?
Good.
She's good? When you say you don't know but she's good, does that mean that she's not actually working on her power?
She is.
She's trying to. Well, as you're working with her, you'll know what kind of things that she needs to do in order to be able to activate and expand her awareness. What kind of things would best suit her?
Talking to like-minded people.
Talking to like-minded. Very good. Energy, what I want you to do is I want you to scan this body now that we've got rid of Jenny, that's gone back to Auntie Morg. And we're going to scan this body from the top right the way down just like it's a body of light, and we're going to scan like an X-ray, and we're going to go down until you can just feel where the energy is slightly different, and see if there is any energy in this body that we can either restore or release today. So start at the top of the head. Very good. Go into the back of the eyes. And I want you to go around those ears. Deep into that ear canal. And go down the neck now. Down the shoulders. Into the torso now and the heart. Just feel the heart energy there. Down into the stomach. In particular down into the bottom area here. And I want you to roll your energy from one side of the hip to the next. Just to feel if you can sense any difference in energy. And now down the thighs, all the way down to the knees, to the shins, to the toes, and back up. And tell me, where in the body can we work today? Is there anything there that we can restore? So tell me what's going on at the back of the ears.
Nothing.
So what is that energy that I'm picking up? Is that some kind of, is that how she activates her energy?
From the head.
From the head?
Yeah. The heart.
From the head to the heart. And is that how she communicates? She senses it through from the head to the heart to the ears, and it all activates together?
Yeah.
I see. So tell me, who is working with her today? John? Is John a guide?
I think so.
Describe John to me. He's old.
Very old.
What does John do? How does he help her?
He enters the mind.
He enters her mind. And what does he bring when he enters her mind?
Love.
Love. So now that Jenny has been removed, she's going to be able to feel that love and that compassion even stronger, isn't she? So, if there isn't anything in the body itself that we can work on, I'd like to go to the questions. And I want to know about this cancer that she had in her early years and this lymphedema. So why was the cancer there? What happened? Dorothy did it? She sent it. But we've removed that now. And tell me, Dorothy, is Dorothy connected with anybody that she knows in this life? No. I want to ask about her sister, that sister in particular, and tell me, what is the exchange and the energy that they have between each other?
Good and the bad of one's soul.
The good and the bad of one's soul. So are they to work together, or are they just to understand each other and then separate and go their own ways? Understand. And tell me, why doesn't she like leaving the house? What was all that about? Was that the children?
It's a prison.
It's a prison. Tell me, this prison that she's got in her mind, was that the chamber that she was put in? Yeah. And is that how she's feeling of this house? So why would she fear leaving the house if it's a prison?
It's safe in here.
It's safe. So she's actually become familiar with what she knows. Yeah. Can you see how now you need to change the way that you're thinking? Because you can travel wherever you want to go. Yeah. So just find the chain link around this house that you've put in your mind. Just find it and go in there and cut that chain. Have you done that? Yeah.
It's barbed wire.
It's barbed wire. Well, just cut away that barbed wire now and release your mind. Free your mind from that thought that you need to be here, knowing now that you have many more new adventures just waiting for you around the corner. I want to ask you why she's got a fear of money. What's that about? As I say that word, fear of money, just resonate on that. What does that mean to you? Is it a memory from a previous life?
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to that life. Feel yourself now drifting
That
down.
was this life when I was a child.
When you was a child? Yeah.
No money.
No money. But can you see how you survived? Even though you had no money. Where do you hold that memory of the fear of money? Where do you hold it in your body?
My stomach.
Your stomach again. Is it your lower stomach?
Middle.
In the middle. I'm going to place my hand. You survived that, didn't you? No money. It was hard, but you survived it. And look at what you have become. So you don't need to have that old memory that's not really serving you locked in that tummy area, do you? Go in there now, begin to get the roots of that memory, knowing it was just a thought, and you really don't need that thought in your life anymore. Begin to pull that memory out, just like you're pulling the weeds of a garden. Oh, that memory goes really deep. Were you hungry as a child? Yeah, I can feel that. But that was another time, wasn't it? Have I got all the memory in my hand now? You wasn't loved? And is that...
Didn't feel loved.
You didn't feel loved?
Yeah.
You didn't feel loved? So as I hold my hand here now, drawing out that memory there, I'm going to place my other hand on your heart, and I'm going to call on Archangel Raphael to come down on that beautiful colour A green, that emerald green that he comes down on, and feel him pouring all that energy of love into your heart now. See, he's been there all along, just waiting to fill your heart. Feel that liquid energy of that crystal emerald green pouring into your heart, softening all those memories and filling you up with love. How do you feel now? Is that better? And have I got all the memories in this hand now? I'm going to take that and offer that up to Spirit. I want to ask, I'm going to ask anyway, but I think we've sorted this one out. The energy that was in this room, was that those 4 children that were playing around in this room?
I think so.
Yeah. You think so. Right.
Something bad.
Right.
It's black and it runs along the floor.
Okay. So it's black and it runs across the floor.
Little and black.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a mouse size.
So let's work with that energy now, knowing that we are supported by Spirit, and we have Archangel Michael here and Archangel Raphael protecting our souls. We're going to call on that energy to come forward because it's been highlighted today, and we're here to do the cleanse of my client and of this house. So drawing that energy forward, I want it to use your voice today. I'm going to count from 3 to 1, and when I do, I want that energy to speak to me. 3, 2, 1. Energy, why are you running around this house? What's happening?
Her son brought
Her son bought it.
it with him.
Her son brought it with him.
He sees them.
Yeah. He sees them.
They're attached to him.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm. And what are they exactly?
And his daughter.
And his daughter.
She has them.
And what do they do? What kind of energy do they bring here? Is it good energy?
Nasty.
Negative?
It's to do tricks.
It's to do tricks?
But he doesn't know he's brought them.
So, where did they come from? Did somebody send them, or did they just turn up?
Turned up.
They've turned up. So how do we release them now?
Because she sees them sometimes.
Well, I'm going to call on Goddess Isis to come down and work with us now. I'm just waiting for that connection. Came in quite strong.
His daughter says she has a connection.
Her daughter has a connection.
His daughter has a connection.
His daughter has a connection with them.
To Egypt, stuff from Egypt.
His daughter has a connection from Egypt. So have they come from that past life memory from Egypt into their DNA line? Right, okay, I can work with this. So I'm going to call now on Goddess Isis to come down. I want her to connect now with that life in Egypt. Tell me, was this sent by her brother in Egypt that put her in that chamber? Yeah. As I'm holding you now, you're totally strong, secure and safe. Just feel me now around you, warming you up. Goddess Isis, I want you to call on her brother from that lifetime now and bring him to me now. And as I speak with him, now that he's been found and his energy is to be released from this body now, what does he say to me?
Go away.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere. You've been tampering with this body and her lives for years. Do you know that there is a better way for you to live? I'm going to call now on someone from Spirit to make their way, and I want them to connect with your mind so that you will be able to see who's waiting for you in Spirit. And I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And when I get to 1, you're going to see a screen open up in front of you. And that will be that someone that's been waiting for you all this time to go back home to Spirit. So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1. Click that screen. Who is there waiting for you?
I'm not going.
You're not going? Who is it there? Just tell me who it is. All of them. See all of that now come out of that screen towards you and feel their energy. Feel how they're pulling you towards you, because you were lost, weren't you, as that brother? You were lost in jealousy. As they get closer and closer towards you, can you feel their love? Because they've come to collect you. You were lost in jealousy in that life, weren't you? And they've come to rescue you, so you can actually go home and do so much more from spirit. Are you ready? So much sadness.
Sand.
So much sand. Yeah. Is that weighing you down? Well, just drop it out of your hand. Release yourself from that sadness and that sand. And they've all come in unison to work with you. And they're rejoicing and congratulating you on how brave you are to take this step back up to spirit. Are you ready? So now that you're ready, go around this house and start collecting all those black negative energies that have been playing tricks on them. Feel it now. Gather them all. And also I want you to go to her son and his daughter. Start collecting all those threads, those veins and that memory that you've been spreading. Pull them now. Pull them away from those. Away from that little girl. Pull it out of her. Pull it away from her son. Pull it, pull it, pull it until you have a whole energy of black. Have you got that energy now that you're taking with you? Are you ready to be released to spirit? So now I'm going to take you from her body. I'm going to offer you up to the universe, and may the light of the universe always accompany you. Thank you. And I'm going to call on Archangel Gabriel to come down now. Archangel Gabriel, I want you to work with me, and I want you to start pouring in the beautiful colour of pink, of love, through the top of the head. Feel it coming in, and send all those messages from spirit of love, of the divine, and just feel it now, searing down the body into the veins, softening this body now, healing all those places where those memories have been. Keep pouring that love from source into this body. And the more you need, the more you shall have. Deep into this area now. Very good. And I'm going to tap you on the forehead and seal that in. I want to ask also about the coincidences she has with one of her daughters. So tell me about that. These coincidences that she has, this connection that she has with one of her daughters. What's going on there? Well, let's find somebody that does know. Call on her guide, John. Ask him, what's going on there? Have they had previous lives before? Together?
Yes.
Were they daughter and mother before?
Yes.
Were they the same? Were they in the same role, or were they the opposite?
The opposite.
The opposite, I see. And what about her other daughter? What's the connection there? What was the contract? Why Did they agree to work on each other today in this life? What's the contract with that daughter?
Soulmates.
Soulmates. So how is she going to be able to connect with that daughter even more? What kind of things would bring them closer together? Well, we'll ask for them to work with that during your sleep time. Tell me, she has a neighbour around these parts. What's going on with that neighbour? What is happening? Were they picking up on the energy from those negative spirits that were here? Or is it them themselves? Them themselves. Can I ask you now to put a wall of mirrors around this house? Just see you now, just putting sheets of walls of mirrors all around this house. And as you build that wall of mirrors, I would like Source to now shine that wonderful bright light onto those mirrors and magnify it until you are actually connected and supported with Source itself now. So nothing will be able to penetrate this area now. Can I ask you that she sees spirit and she tells me about this man? Is he called Grey Wolf or is that someone else?
No,
it's Grey Wolf. So, tell me about Grey Wolf. Why does he come to her?
He wants to teach her.
He wants to teach her
His ways.
his ways. Is she now ready to? Accept his teachings?
Yeah.
Very good. So, how will she know when Grey Wolf actually connects with her? What's she going to sense? How will he connect? Will it be through her mind? Will it be through music? Will it be through objects? Her mind. Okay. I want to ask about Eliza. So as I mentioned that name, Eliza, tell me, as you connect, what is happening there?
She's a gift.
She's a gift.
From the angels.
She's a gift from the angels.
Yeah.
And are they to work together?
Yeah.
So, what is it that she's bringing from the angels?
Love.
She's bringing love. See?
She's full of love.
Full of love. That purity of love.
Yeah.
Tell me about this situation with driving. Yeah. What's happening there?
Just a fear.
It's just a fear. So, just go into this body as small as a cell now and start walking around and tell me, where does she hold that fear? In her head. Is it in the left hand side of her head? Yeah. It's more of an aggravating fear, isn't it, than like a frustration fear.
It's a memory.
Yeah. So I'm going to place my hand here now. And as I work with spirit now, to be able to release that memory, go in there and start pulling that memory out. Just see yourself now. There it is, that memory that we don't need anymore. Out of date stock. Just place it into my hand. Just pull it up like a weed in the garden. Have I got it in my hand? And let's offer that up to Spirit. What I want to replace into that peg now is, I want her to be able to see herself driving freely and confidently. Look at her face and see what a wonderful smile she has. Sense her energy and see what joy she gets from driving. How independent and strong she is. See her driving there, knowing that she's more than capable. Very good. Just a few more questions and we're near the end. She talks to me about a fairy. What's going on there? She tells me that she saw a fairy once. Connect with that memory and tell me, how did they manage to see each other at that specific time there when they saw each other?
It was an accident.
It was an accident, yeah. So they just kind of clashed through time as if it was parallel times, parallel lives. Mm-hmm. So are you telling us that fairies actually do exist?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they exist. Well, this will be interesting for all those out there that don't believe. These fairies, you saw this fairy, you tell me it was a brown fairy, like a little moth, a little small moth.
As big as a butterfly.
As big as a butterfly, yeah. What do these fairies do when they're around those trees? They look after the trees. So is that what we need to do as well? Look after the trees? Mm-hmm. I want to ask about a time when she was younger. She used to talk in her sleep, but she used to talk in German. What was happening then? Go back to that time and link in with that memory in that sleep time.
She lived in Germany.
She lived in Germany?
On the border of Austria.
On the border of Austria?
Yeah. She loved it there.
She loved it, yeah. Mm-hmm. What year was it when she lived in Germany on the border of Austria? 1200s, 1800s?
1460.
1460. And was she male or female in that life?
Female.
She was female. Mm-hmm. And the memory of that language just came through in her dreams?
Yes.
Now, she has a memory of when she went to Egypt and she saw the tomb there. Describe to me what she saw, what she sensed, what she connected with. Just go deeper and deeper. You don't want to? Mm-hmm. Does that bring the memory of you in that chamber? And you mentioned that it was Tutankhamun. Mm-hmm. Was it in that chamber that you got locked? Yeah. So free your mind from that now. Free your mind from that. Where do you hold that memory? In your body?
In my head.
In your head. Bring that forward now. Bring that memory forward now. Yeah, very good. Slowly releasing that memory into my hand. As you know, it serves no purpose in this body anymore. This body is totally healed. and activated, ready to move forward. Just feel that energy coming into my hand. Have I got that energy now of that memory? I offer that up to the universe. Thank you. Now that we've come to the end of our session, is there anything else that she needs to know about before we leave? No? Mm-hmm. If she wanted to, would she be able to astral travel and connect in her sleep state?
Yes.
Yeah. If she was to astral travel, where would she travel to? Who would she connect with? Would it be an energy or a soul or a planet? Everywhere. Huh. Universal energy, hey? Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much for working with me today. It's been an absolute honour. Just before we go, just check this body, and I want you to check the vibration in this body and see if it's working now. What does it look like? I feel great. How wonderful. How wonderful. Well, now we've come to the end of the session. Oh
Oh my God.
you came out so fast.
I've been crying.